Welcome to Diary of a Kid content on Forest Adventure. This is called Diary of a Kid The End. Somehow this is the prequel, somehow this is the original book before Canadian Catastrophe, which is the start of the actual series. I tried to make the book more detailed like the original books, like the more recent books. I tried to make the books all detailed. Thank you, Jeff Kinney, thank you. Diary of Wimpy Kid End. The Diary of Wimpy Kid series. Diary of Wimpy Kid, Roger Rose, The Last Straw, Dog Days, Ugly Truth, Cabin Fever, Third Wheel, Hard Luck, Long Haul, Old School, Double Down, The Getaway, Meltdown, Wrecking Ball, Deep End, The Big Shot, Diaper Overload, No Brainer, Hot Mess, Party Pooper, End. More from the Wimpy world. Wimpy Kid Do It Yourself book, Movie Diary, The Wimpy Kid Movie Diary 2, The Long Haul, next chapter. Diary of an Awesome Friendly Kid, Rowley Jefferson's Journal, Rowley Jefferson's Journal 2, Awesome Friendly Adventure, Rowley Jefferson's Awesome Friendly Spooky Stories 30. Coming soon, more Diary of Wimpy Kid. We have the usual characters like you see, except we have Holly. And next to Holly is a bald Greg in black? Huh? You'll just have to find out in the books. Diary of Wimpy Kid End. Thank you for creating books and movies, Jeff Kinney. A novel and cartoons made by YouTuber Thor's Adventure. The original novels and cartoons are by Jeff Kinney, who made kids love to read and who made kids laugh. Thank you, Jeff Kinney, for creating the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. Here we can see the bully that called Greg a sissy in the first book, a nerd in Double Down, and a jerk in No Brainer. After they were forced to go back from Fulton Tech and Slacksville Middle School to Larry Mack Jr. Middle School. And then we have Diary of a Kid End's cover picture, Greg. And this is Amulet Books New York sponsor. One of the two companies that publishes Wimpy Kid. The first one's Puffin Books. To Liam Andrew, my classmate. October, Monday. This is my new journal. Apparently, this is the first journal to ever be in the store from 1960. I document my life here and all my journals. Right now, I'm trying to survive home with Roderick, who really bullies me a lot now. Even when I go to rallies, I still have to pass Fregley's house, which really stinks because he's trying to quote-unquote experiment with me. When I got to Rowley's house today, I found surprised that the news was on. We will find out what the news will be in a later page. Today I'm going to Crossland High School. Finally, because I feel like I've been in middle school forever, and that's what literally everyone says about me. Even though Rowley's in a different high school, I won't complain. And also, adults are telling me not to complain when I'm gonna move somewhere and make new friends. When I arrived there, I'm still excited, and Roger told me that they have more beautiful girls, including Holly, interested today. Roger then started talking about electives, quote-unquote, and other stuff like that, and he mentioned the bullies are little giant people to a wimp like me. Turns out Roger was right. The second I got outside to recess, some bullies got hold of me, and so later, I took an art elective. Plus, I've been waiting to impress some girls when I become school cartoonist because of my drawing skills. High school emphasizes English, history, science, and math. Speaking of those four, I got very good grades in those subjects. And I got good grades in this high school when it's only the first day. I guess I really do pay attention. Roderick was in charge of driving me home and he actually let me sit in the front because his van got upgraded for more room. Roderick then picked up his friends. I was listening in on the talk saying that the band was reuniting and we're gonna have all the band members. That sounded really cool if you ask me. This is the diaper overload and you better run for cover because we're about to explode. Yeah, I don't really remember the lyrics to Diaper Overload, Roderick. Roderick and Ward then got into a conversation stating that if any girl asked them their phone number to go with her to a party, they will bring out their number #one paper slip since they're a famous band in our town. I joined the conversation and asked them to bring paper slips to me. Roderick, could you mind if you could lend me a couple of those #1 slips? Sure, you can take some to go to boy-girl parties. Tuesday, Roderick has been practicing extra hard. Even I joined the fun because me, Ward, and Drew's brother are part of the band. Manny is finally done with the no pants after dinner because Mom's tired out of scooping Manny's poop under the recliner. Mom says we just have to be patient with people, and she asked me if to help scoop off the poop of the recliner. Speaking of helping out, Mom says I have to be responsible, and she has the advice called if you believe in it, you can achieve anything. She says that if you believe in that you will get a good grade and good scores in school, or believe that you're a good person, you are that. You achieved it, and I like my reality to be good. I believed that I was gonna be a rich, good, and famous person. I achieved it in Slacksville. This is really good advice from Mom, and I definitely believed in that advice. Wednesday. Today was an entry for advice, and on Wednesday, Raleigh came to my house to play or hang out. He was kicking a giant sombrero across the room, and I didn't want to put a barbell under it. Instead, I just exercised with the bells and a barbell to get in shape. Dad came down and he was surprised and impressed that I was getting in shape. Dad said that there is this chocolate drink that's actually healthy for you and it'll make you in shape. And it's also good in sports. He said that I will be strong after drinking M a few times, and that's good because I want to impress some girls with my muscles. High school was a whole different situation. I took my first time I met Rowley into a comic for school paper. Knock knock, huh? Thermos, excuse me? Thermos, be some way to tickle your funny bone. Ha 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 ha. I tried the drink after school and wow, it's yummy. My family's already arguing about what we will do for Christmas when it's not even Halloween. And of course, they're thinking about a vacation again. I'm tired of our vacations going wrong every single time. Even Manny was excited about going to a new place. I think Roderick's excited because he wants to become famous for his band there. And also 2-time kindergartners, like the time when I was in the safety patrol and I terrorized them. Today, Manny found a new friend, and when he showed his friend to come in our house, I was very surprised to see that Manny's friend was my bald classmate that looks like me from Crossland High School, who usually wears black and white, but sometimes he wears clothes like mine. Today, so if you don't know, I have a classmate named Johnson in Crossland High School, who apparently is Manny's friend. I decided to take a break from the people here and decided to go out. I saw the bully that's always bullying me. When I tried to apologize, he just punches me always. I told him that it was not bad. You got sent back from Folsom Tech to Larry Mack Junior School, and at least he has a school, and that was enough to calm him down. By the way, people who are held back just like him have a chance to go to Crossland High School next week. But I didn't mention this before, but I decided to drive a car. Yeah, that's right, a car recently. Since I'm like 15 years old now, like a teenager now. And I drove all the way to Pleasant Street to meet up with Holly and finally get her as a girlfriend. Hi, Greg. Hi, Holly. How are you doing? We talked for a while and we found out that we had so many things in common. I like reality TV shows and games too. Really, so do I. I like to play Magic and Monsters. That's great. I like to do jokes. I'm an expert at that. Okay, here's the joke. What do elephants watch? Elephants watch television. It turns out that we do have things in common. I decided to take Holly a drive in my car to go home, and it was amazing. I saw my classmate out the front door when he got to my house, and it seems like he was excited to see who else is in the car. Johnson was surprised that Holly was in my car since she brought her popularity from Larry Mack School to Crossland High. That meant she was one of the popular kids and the number #1 prettiest girl in high school. And I bet now in middle school. So now me, Rowley, Holly, and Chris are at my house. When I went through the door, my parents were still arguing about what vacation they should do for Christmas. They eventually settled on spending Christmas in Canada since it's near the USA. And I was on board with that idea. Part of why is because I like the pancakes there with maple syrup. Thursday, look what we saw in the news today. The same thing like the one we had news with Rowley on page 2. And thank you, I finally get credited and make famous for my news. The Daily Herald. People have gone missing. People in our town have gone missing and more could be gone too. The leader of the neighborhood tattler named Greg has his own thoughts on what happened. Many search parties investigated what is going on, and just after the area where the people have gone missing is this image will be shown to you, our dear viewers. This is the image taken. Yes, it is a strange fog where you can see the wall in the distance. I bet that if you wander too far, you may also get missing. So please, if you stick fog, run like the investigators they did after they took a photo. Let's see what the neighborhood tattler thinks about this. The neighborhood tattler. Our thoughts on the recent events. Greg, also known as me. I think this is a paranormal event or act of some mafia organization. Let's hope my theory is correct because we need to save these people as fast as we can. Today was not all bad though. The people who are held back can finally have a chance to go to Crossland High School, which is something. The bully, his name is Johnny Root, who's the brother of Dennis Root. They actually look alike though. Got invited by us to sit our lunch table. What a coincidence that Johnny is named with Johnson, my classmate. Speaking of lunch, that's when the girls started to get impressed about my amazing drawing skills in the comic. When I got home and saw the news, it was even worse than before. That's it. Time to go past the wall. See you, Mom. Are you sure? Be careful, son. Yeah, I will, Mom. I got to inform the police first. See ya, Mom. After I informed the police, I immediately got into my car and drove out into the fog. It was really foggy, but I managed to stay on the very subtle dirt road to see. Eventually, I came face to face with the gate and the foggy wall. I got out of my car and carefully, slowly up into the gate. And when I got back into the car and drove right through the gate, you will not believe what I saw. It was a new state prison, which looked exactly like the original one from one of my diaries where I tried out for basketball, except for the new logo. I decided to check it out to figure the bottom of this. Wait, I feel something coming. I'll write later. A few minutes later, it turns out somebody was chasing me. I got away only for the person to block me and ship me into the prison. I'm currently still writing in the van that shipped me inside New State Prison or NSP. What I found out is that under the prison is a lab. And I saw the people who are missing from our town. Well, the guy with the mask showed with his face when I got out of the van now. Welcome. We are gonna test for the better. Ha ha ha. It said his name was Franklin, and he showed me a tour around the place and showed us all the different test machines. So I was right, this is a mafia because they're bad people by slowly taking money from us. Give us money. Sir, I'm only a 4-year-old kid. I don't have any money. Hey, what are you doing to Johnson's brother? He showed me the test machine and look who was in there. It was Manny asking for help. He said that if I want to help him, Franklin said that if I want to help him, I need to work here. Well, I said them to take me to their leader. Their leader was armed with a giant cannon. I told the leader that you shouldn't make people slaves and they have the right to live and be free. Well, when he was giving me reasons about why my statement is wrong, it's not wrong. Me and the rest of the mafia ran. We ran while the leader was closing his eyes, trying to be independent and freed the people in our town that have gone missing. I'm glad we made the move because if we wouldn't, we would be toast. Because just when I hauled everyone into the car, including the mafia, who were slaves, and drove quickly, lasers from NSP helicopters opened fire. We managed to drive safely and get everyone home. Wednesday, the search parties cleared the fog, found the gates, and arrested the leader. Everyone in town knows about the guy who saved the people, aka me, Gregory Heffley. Now I'm famous in Saxville and our town. I guess the advice believing will actually be good. In FISAD today, we had a new coach called Mr. Ichbin. He made a marathon that whoever is the first in the 5-lap sprint run will get a medal. When we started at the moment, he said he'll go all the children were so fast. When we started at the moment, the very second he said go, when the umpire shut off, all the children, including Johnson, were so fast that the wind made me knocked out. The wind they made knocked me out. I ended up practically doing 2-meter step sprints, which is a new thing, by the way, where you jump 2-meter steps and repeat, but you're sprinting. The other kids didn't even think about my method, and I ended up winning the gold medal and a deep dish pizza in my room as a reward. Luckily, I'm a nice person, so I gave some to the kids in my homeroom. Halloween, November. Today, me and Fowler, the name that they give for Rowley, wanted to make lemonade, and we did it. We made a new thing called Citrus Overload, which is made up of 10% ice, 25% more lemon, 10% orange, 70% lemon, 20% key lime, total more than 100%. We started selling the drinks all around town. Me and Rowley want to sell lemonade and Citrus Overload at the top of the hill. So to get to the top of the hill, we have to pass Fregley's. Wanna play Find My Clothes? After I was done finding his clothes, I went to Rowley's house and Fregley followed me. Apparently, Mr. Jefferson didn't know who Fregley was because he said, "Who's this weird boy?" I told him that he wasn't my friend and he seemed to believe me. Rowley's parents also love our lemonade and Citrus Overload, or CO as an acronym. Mariana Mendoza has another Halloween party that me and Rowley went to. Her brother Elio Mendoza was escorting us to the basement. "Welcome to my party. I hope you liked it." Slacks, guys, it's Gregory, the lifesaver, and Greg, the Slacksville celebrity. Greg, you saved lives. Slacksville celebrity? Our town that our opponent? I can't complain. What if we would make peace with Slacksville and finally end up getting combined with Slacksville? Even Holly, Christopher Brownfield, and Tyson Sanders was there. And even Roderick's band was there because I'm famous for saving lives. Roderick wasn't performing, but I saw him at the back room behind the stage. He said that we will perform along with Rowley's son for the finale. The song they're gonna perform is "Can You Smell Us Now?" one of their biggest hits. When we got onto the Mendoza stage in the basement, we were cool as anybody can imagine. I gotta admit, we were pretty cramped up in there, and us performing was really good. I memorized the lines to "Can You Smell Us Now?" and as soon as the end of the song played, Rowley did his cannonball stunt. Rowley's was famous for surviving, and the rest of the party was a blast. Christmas. It's been a while since I last wrote in this journal. Today's the day we're gonna go to Canada, and there's a border that you can pass for free. Yeah, I'm not kidding. The border's There's a quote written on the border saying, "Brethren dwelling together in unity." It turns out that the heavenly minivan also got upgraded now, and we have plenty of room for luggages. When we got in the van, Roger grabbed me and pushed me to the back again. I didn't complain though because there was more than enough space. I was feeling comfortable at the back. And we were on the road. Mom started in with the educational stuff, like another motto called "You Make Your Day." The idea is that you're in your own world, and the belief equals become method. You can make your own day. I thought ahead and brought some M&M chocolate drinks as well as drummies with a new drumming variant where they have very crispy full chicken. We eventually stopped at Culpeper's Ravine again, and this time there were not as much vans there before, so we enjoyed ourselves. A few hours later, we had a dirt and stone pebble road. So I was immediately getting shaded by the road and got sent to the very back of the van. I eventually brought myself to the front of the bus and I was good to go. We decided to sleep at the hotel for the night and it was a really good one. There was a hot tub, jacuzzi, a pool, and a luxury room with the city at the background and the mountain behind the city. That's the end for now in this fanfic. Let me know if I could continue this fanfic because it's gonna get continued as a fanfic which will actually look like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid book with the Wimpy Kid font. Like this will be made in calligrapher, the font that Jeff Kinney uses to write the Wimpy Kid, and that fanfic is gonna be Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Canadian Catastrophe. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe as it really helps me out. And also, I'm trying my best. So see you in the next video.